Shit, Liz, whatever our differences, you need to stay, at least for a while. Please, or all hell might break loose here very, very fast. Wait for Alex to get here so we can discuss what's going on and come up with a plan. Tess, I'll let you handle getting Alex in here. You and Natalie keep Liz company. I need to go. My sister needs me. You mean Katya? That's the one. And Natalie, while I'm gone, please share your story with the others. We can't have you as the only one that knows why all this is happening. Kat, you sure about this? Absolutely not. But doing nothing's not an option here, and Katya helped us out once. No, twice already. So I need to get out there and do this. Can you hold things together here for a few minutes? You need to ask. We're all in over our heads, Tess. Sorry. I'll be back before you know it. Counting on it. Sister. Katya, I'm on my way. Figure out the best course of action as I go. But how do you think Lisa would take it if I intercepted her as she's leaving your place? Not well. She's very pissed at us for not appreciating what she did to help us. Kat, they're inside. I'm on it. Just hang in there. I'm gonna try and change a little history. Got to get the timing right here, and this is going to be tricky. Whatever Lisa does when she leaves Alexei's apartment, it has an immediate effect, and I have to stop it. But to do that, I'll have to step out and convince her without the others knowing about it. Can I do that? I already know I can move laterally a bit within the light at a particular time, but how far can I move away from Katya and still be able to control it? Alright, I'm close. They're still talking and discussing. Sounds like Alexei's tapping into the GCN system, digging for information. Yes, that's it. Why Natalia at least, was suddenly a target. She found out something she wasn't supposed to know, maybe enough to absolutely destroy GCN or one of its key people, and the danger of her saying something on air was too great. Alexei's pulling it in now, and Lisa, I can see the excitement in her face, the greed in her eyes. I'm not going to be able to do this gently like I'd hoped. Either she doesn't find out about Natalia's secret at all, she conveniently forgets, or she gets taken out of the picture for a while. Alright, the big fight's happening. Lisa's putting on a good show, heading for the door. Let's see if I can get out in the hall, wait for her there, just around the corner from the stair entry. Making that call would not be such a great idea, Lisa. What the? Katya? That isn't you. It can't be. No, but you could say we're related, and I have her best interest in mind. Whoever you are, get out of my way. It's too late for you to help your precious friends. What have you done, Lisa? You called it in, didn't you? Between leaving that apartment and getting to the stairs, GCN already on their way. They were just waiting for my word. So whatever little plans you had of keeping Natalia under wraps, maybe making a profit for yourselves, it isn't going to happen. You are one selfish, morally bankrupt bitch, you know that? You make Liz look like a saint. Alright, go for it. You're free to do whatever. Just know it won't be for long. Might have known that wouldn't work, but I guess I didn't expect the differences between Liz and Lisa to be so pronounced. Primed to make that call. Set off the alarm bells to GCN as soon as she found out how much the group knew about Natalia's discovery. And how much was she thinking she'd sell that for? Greed blinding her to the facts. They'd never let her get away with knowing their secrets, any more than they would Natalia. So I stepped back to Alexei's apartment, just before he digs up Natalia's little treasure trove. Catch her, quick! We need to carry her! Hold her arms tight, Kat. Natalia, give me some cloth, before she bites my hand off. Of course, Katya. Really, Lisa? You're trying to go for that quick messaging link? I have you pinned now, my scheming friend. Alexei, some rope or something to tie her up with tight. We can't have her using her hands at all.
Who's your new friend, Katya?
Later, Alexei. Let's get her under control first. If my friend believes she needs to be managed, then I trust her judgment.
I have some rope in the kitchen. Give me a moment.
Here, Katya, this should do. Hold it across her face while I... There, that should keep you quiet. Feisty one, aren't you, Lisa? Ready to share all you know with your comrades at GCN? You really think they'd honor the arrangements they made with you? Alright, Alexei, let's get that rope around her. Tie the arms separately and tight. I'll get these knees hobbled.
What exactly is going on here, Katja?
Our mutual friend here is acting as a GCN spy and has this place already on the radar. For all I know, they're listening into everything we say right now. So we need to leave, we need to do it now, and we need to take Miss Congeniality with us. But first, Alexei, a little help?
Of course. Our tracker is still active. They'll follow us wherever we go. Let me see if I can fix that. There. Should kill all devices inside her body. She'll be just a little stunned for a few minutes. We'll have to lug her along like a sack of potatoes.
Why exactly do we need to take her with us? She's nothing but a burden, not to mention a traitorous bitch. And I thought she was truly trying to help. I think that's the point, Katja. She was in her own way. She did for a while. We can't just leave her here. Now that the GCN squad knows that we know, she's as dead as Natalia if they get her. We need to go. But before we do, I want you all to meet my sister, Kat. The one who helped us escape from Tessa's apartment. Who started this whole adventure in the first place. Honored, all of you. Now get out of here. Katja, I'll be in touch. You're not coming with us? Can't. I have my own problems to deal with. But I know you'll figure it out on your own. Katja? Do you think all of you could... She's right. Alexei, Tessa, Natalia. Everyone, join up. Alexei, keep hold of Lisa. We're going to leave those GCN hounds hanging. Again. Thank you, sister. I owe you one. And now I give them a few moments to find their way, then I can follow my own trail back towards Katja. To when I'm meant to be. This is turning out to be one really confusing day. Crap, Kat, you need to stop doing that to us. One of these times I'm going to hit you before I see who it is. I get it, and I'm getting better at it. So next time I'll step out in the bathroom or the bedroom or something so I don't freak all of you out so much. Hey, what happened to Liz? Said she'd had enough of being underappreciated and tried to force her way past me. I had to make sure she didn't leave. Did you have to hit her so hard? She looks like she's been in a boxing match. Tess tried to just block her path, but Liz wasn't having anything to do with that. Tess had no choice but to give her that black eye. And a bit of a sore jaw. I also think she has some kind of internal comm gear other than our standard set. Saw her focusing a little too hard on anything but me for a second or two. Had to nip that in the bud. Yes, I know. Had to deal with the same thing on the other side. So if we keep her unconscious, she's probably not a threat, because we know when she came here that internal locator wasn't active. But as soon as she wakes up and remembers she hates us all, we're gonna have trouble. So when Alex gets here, he needs to...
It's me, Tess. You still have Kat and our friend up there.
Come in and find out. Make it quick. We need you.
On my way. Make sure you have all those radio blocking systems I installed activated. I suspect privacy's critical for us given the circumstances.
I'm on it, Alex. See you shortly.
You can block out signals? I thought only GCN did that.
Alex is GCN, or at least that's who pays him. But thankfully for us, he's not as warped in his thinking as the giant multinational that looms over him. He jacked up my apartment so that nobody can scan it, enter it, or leave it if we don't want them to. Kat, can you check to see I activated the jamming system when I fired up the security?
Already checked. We're good. No signal gets in or out unless it's on the authorized list.
Thanks for putting me on that, by the way. Of course. What did you think? I'd keep you on the outside? Not even these weird trips you've been taking are changing that, girl.
So we should be okay with Liz's locator signal. As long as she's in here, we have her silenced.
So what's the emergency, ladies?
Good to see you too, Alex. Recognize anyone other than me and Tess, of course?
It's an honor to meet you at last, Miss Chalmers.
A fellow GCN employee who apparently knows as well as I do that the corporate profile's a little deceptive. Or at least only part of the truth. And not the part that got either of us into this situation.
So what is it, Natalie? The unscrupulous siphoning of trickle funds from almost every citizen? Or the universal integrated spy network that monitors everything we do and looks for evidence that can be used to eliminate both opposition and, shall we say, independent thought?
I'm impressed, Alex. It's the first one in my case. But the reason I'm in this fix is that not only do I know about it, I can name names and I stashed away some files that don't just implicate, they unequivocally prove that GCN was and is making daily millions on the backs of the citizenry. And this they need to suppress at any cost.
I take it you already shared this with Tess and Liz while I was on my most recent journey.
I did, and hence the more compelling reason for Liz to get away from here and sell my location back to GCN.
Alex, can you get into the system and find out if the GCN goon squad is sniffing around Tess's? Once Liz got here, your blockade kept her quiet, but I suppose they could have been onto her earlier, in spite of what she told us about leading them off the scent again.
Logging in now.
Enter password.
Please confirm.
Should be easy enough to tell. Kat, who did you say was after Natalie?
GCN security. They're best. Why? What's wrong?
What I see here, it's a lot hotter than that. GCN, yes. I've tangled with this gang before, and they're not only relentless and smart, their gear's state-of-the-art. If they had reason to believe a target was sheltering here, eventually they'd zero in on this apartment. If nothing else, because it shows up so quiet on their sensors. Unfortunately, though, that's not the only crew that's on the case.
I was afraid you might say something like that. Kat, I'm so sorry I got you and everyone else into...
Relax, Natalie. I knew from the first time you walked into my office you were in some really deep crap. Didn't stop me from deciding to help you, and it won't stop me now. Maybe GCN has another team to help them track you, but in case you hadn't noticed in the past hour, we've got a little outside help on call ourselves. And as long as we stick together, your GCN people can't touch us. Anyway, whatever information you have needs to go public as soon as we can get it out there. That's the best way to defuse the situation, to eliminate the value of shutting you up. If you've already spoken out, what's the point?
Logical test, but I'm not so sure. Data here indicates federal involvement in your case, Natalie. That's some very big money and influence. Exactly what information do you have that might draw in not only every competent cop within GCN, but the federal bloodhounds as well?
Before you answer that, Natalie, can I please have a private word? I want to make sure neither Tess nor Alex is in any additional danger if they learn the details.
Of course. The bedroom?
No, let's use the bathroom. I know this really good technique with the shower.
Don't take too long, Kat. We need to see what we're up against before I can start planning how we defuse this whole situation. But for sure, it's going to at least involve putting some of what Natalie knows out there.
You got it, Alex. Let's get this shower started up. Alright, Natalie, let's have it. What have we all signed up for?
I said I could name names. Well, it's not just GCN names, Kat. GCN's global, right? They're in bed with governments around the world. Governments that accept a share of GCN's daily take from within their own borders, as a bribe to look the other way and let the corporate parasite do its work. I have a list of those governments. I have copies of the financial transactions that prove their involvement. And we are not just talking about the small fish here.
So, we put all that out there, we cause a global scandal that creates total political and economic chaos overnight. Natalie, I think the come clean approach is pretty much a non-starter. So I suspect it's going to be a gradual, selective, and careful release. I'll have to ponder this a little further, but I think I'm getting an idea how it might be done, without having it all come back on us. Alright, so much for the government involvement piece. I don't suppose there's anything else about this you want to tell me.
Kat, I'm the face of GCN. No matter how GCN tried to distance themselves from me, most people see me, hear me, and they think GCN. You know I'm well liked and well recognized by the public. Up until a few weeks ago, I couldn't go anywhere without being mobbed by my fans. I'm a celebrity. Already the news feeds are speculating wildly as to what happened. Why nobody's seen my face for days. GCN's throwing out the usual illness story, and they've replaced me with Howard Andrews. I know you've seen him, that you know all this, but the story does have a point. The moment I surface, wherever and whenever that is, there'll be every kind of flash mob scene that could exist. The press will go insane for just a few words. And if I put out even a hint of what's really going on, it may be impossible for us to go back into hiding again. Unless I change my appearance, my entire identity, I don't think I even can have a life again that doesn't consist of hiding my face from the world. Ironic and terrifying.
Natalie, you hold that thought. Like I said, I've got an idea how all this might go down, and I'd hope that we can give you your life back. Probably not with GCN, at least not under the same management structure. But let me consult with my team and we'll see what can be done. Okay, no more major revelations? Can we head back in?
Kat, you know movie stars don't have much of a life, right? I've been in about the same circumstance for years now, and it's hard to make any real friends because everyone I work with, everyone I talk to, they see me as this kind of idol, and they treat me like artificial, worshipful, almost like an object rather than a person. I'm lonely, Kat, on top of everything else. So all that you've done for me, that you're doing for me, it feels for the first time in as long as I can remember that I have friends who actually treat me like a human being. I'm really grateful, more than you could possibly know. But if we ever do get through this, and we can effectively recover my freedom, I want to keep it. Not just go back to the spotlight again, to being the screen image that lives and breathes only in the media. I want a life, Kat. Do you think, with all the other issues we're going to have to deal with, that you can help me find a new, more obscure place in the world?
You got money still, right, Natalie? Stashed away so you can access it despite what GCN and their new associates can do to track it?
I split my income across 7 accounts. Some are obvious, some a little less so. 3 are completely anonymous, all in different countries. I hope I can say yes, that I do have money.
Then don't worry. We're going to set this all on track for you. Clear the air, clear your name, and give you a second chance. Now let's get back to the others. I need to see what they think of my idea. Try the other approach, Alex. They're assuming they're doing everything they can to keep you out. There's a lot of admin staff that don't use any security at all.
I already tried... Wait, you're right. If I just browse directly to his site from inside...
Alex, are we clear around this location?
Totally clear. They're all still on high alert looking for Natalie, but they seem to have no clue as to where she is. Our shields are holding.
Alright, I have a plan, and I need to know if you're with me. We got some very, very big players who are really intent on keeping Natalie from saying anything. I have this little technique for traveling that Natalie and Liz know something about. Need to try a few more experiments to see if what I think I can do will really work. So hold tight, everyone. Let's see if we can change history. Holy shit, you can't... What, be Katie Anderson? Yes, I can. I'm you. From the future.